All right, guys. Hi, welcome back to Regina's World. Okay, so this video, if you've seen the title, this video is about race, and this is something that I wanted to do for a while. I just didn't quite know what I was going to say about it, but I think I kind of figured out what I wanted to say. So we're gonna get into it. This is about when someone told me that I was cute. I was cute to be a dark skinned girl. I used to hear this phrase coming from other women that's darker complexion, but it didn't hit home until it actually happened to me. Okay, so if you want to hear this video, watch to the end, like this video, comment, and share this video on your social media platform. Let know people that I'm here on YouTube. And subscribe to this channel because, I get a lot of people watching my channel, but yet they don't subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, please. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to cost you anything if you hit the subscribe button. All right, we're going to get right into this video. Okay, guys. So this happened to me years ago, but it never left me. This is something I always wanted to talk about. So it's not very common that you actually run into a racial issue with relationships on the West Coast. Because if you don't know, I live on the West Coast. I live in Nevada. So Nevada and California and most states on the West Coast is a little bit more, well, not a little bit, a lot more accepting of interracial dating versus the South and where I'm from, Midwest. On the Midwest, they will stone you if you walk down the street with a white woman. Like, they will stone you. So when you come to the West Coast, you're a little bit more freer to date whatever race you want because nobody really cares when it comes to race on the West Coast. Just like my sister and brother, they date outside. They don't date black at all. My brother only date white women, and my sister only date Asian. She started with white. She started, of course, black men, and then over time she started dating only white men and European men, and then she ended up dating only strictly Asian men, and that's what she's been dating for like the past, I don't know, 8-9 years or something like that. I myself have not transitioned to dating outside of my race. And that happened a lot with black women. They kind of stick with dating only exclusively black men. But as I'm getting back into the dating scene myself, I had said to myself, going forward, I am going to try to open myself up to dating all kinds of races, not just black men, because it ain't working just with black men. So I wanted I like Puerto Ricans, but there's not a lot of Puerto Ricans here in Las Vegas. There's a lot of Mexicans, but there's not a lot of Puerto Ricans that I run into. And if I saw a Puerto Rican, I probably would be on a Puerto Rican. But it's not a Mexican. It's not too many Puerto Ricans. So I've went on a few dates with Caucasian men, and it just didn't do it for me like I wanted it to do. So I'm trying, but baby steps, baby steps. So anywho, I don't even remember when this happened. This happened really early of me living out here. I was still living on Tenaya Way in Rainbow, so they had to be. Trey was just born around this time. So when was 2008? When was he born? 2008? So yeah, it was like 2007 maybe. Around 2007 maybe, because Trey was born in 2008. So it had to be around either 2000. Yeah, I would give it 2007. It was in my apartments that I lived in, I used to always go on walks like I do now, which I need to start back. The more it gets warmer, I'm going to start back on walks around the neighborhood. So this boy that I saw at the time, I had to be in 2008. How old was I? 2001. I had to be around like 24, 25, somewhere around there. So I saw this guy, my type. If you know me, I have a preference of light-skinned men, right? I don't know why it's always been like that. I heard in the black community, when the darker you are, you always date light. If you're light-skinned, you always date dark, blah, blah, blah. And I guess it's kind of true, because for me, I will date anybody who likes me. I don't care about color. But my preference, if you put a light-skinned man and a dark-skinned man in a room together, who am I naturally, physically going to like gravitate to is the light skinned person, because I just like light skinned men. I do. So all of my crushes, like in Hollywood, is pretty much light skinned, like Ludacris and the guy from Grey's Anatomy with pretty eyes, and Chris Brown, and uh, uh, what's his name that played on Barbershop? I can't remember his name right now. Michael Ealy, is that his name? Michael Ealy, I think that's his name. Like all of my preferences is light skin, but I'm not saying I wouldn't date, because I'll date plenty of dark skinned guys. I just find light skinned people, just very attractive. So just like my baby daddy, he's light skinned. My other Keyshawn's father is light skinned. Everybody that I actually been in a relationship with is light skinned, except I think one. And Eddie was light skinned, and Keenan was light skinned. Like you get the point. But so this guy was another one. He was drop dead gorgeous, light skinned, and all that. So we wasn't dating. We just kind of had a hookup thing going on. So he called me over. He called me over to him, and we was talking, getting to know each other. And he hit me with the, "You're cute to be dark skinned." And I said, "I'm cute to be dark skinned." I said, "I don't even understand what that means." And he said, you're cute to be dark skinned." And I said, "What do you consider dark skinned women ugly?" He said, "Well, I'm just not usually attracted to dark skinned women because of where I'm from." I said, "Well, where are you from?" I think he was from Kentucky or Ohio. It was somewhere where it was predominantly white, and that's what he's used to. He only went to white schools, and he's only been around white women. So he's usually not attracted to someone of my skin complexion. So I said, "You do realize you're black, right?" And he said, "Yeah, I know I'm black, but where I was raised only with white, around white people. So that's what I'm used to. So I was not used to dating black. So when I saw you, I thought you was pretty to be black." And I said, "I just want you to know you should never say that to another black woman ever. Because even though you're not trying to be offensive, that is an offensive statement to a black woman. It shouldn't, I know, speaking of me, it shouldn't matter what my skin tone looks like. If I'm pretty, I'm pretty. You should never say you're pretty to be black or dark skinned, because that's offensive to someone who's dark skinned, because that means all of the other dark skinned women is ugly. So never say that. For anybody who even thinks that, never say that to a dark-skinned woman, because that's offensive if you don't know. Black, white, Latin, Mexican, no matter what race you are, never say that to a black woman, because that's offensive, okay? Even though I have a preference of a certain skin tone, just like he does, he have a preference. I would never say dark-skinned men are ugly, because they're not. I still fuck with dark-skinned men. They're fine. I drool over certain people on TikTok. Dark skin. I will date a dark skinned man if he come over here and he treat me right. I don't give a shit about your color. I give a shit about how you treat me. But I have a preference what I like. What I like. And that's okay. Everybody have a preference. Women can have a preference of, I like tall men. I would never date a short man. That's their preference. They like tall men over short. Or they like slim men over cocky men. I prefer, frankly, I don't give a shit about their body size. Because yes, I do. I like them a little bit more meaty or whatever, because I'm a meaty girl. I have a lot. So I need you to be able to, handle somebody like me. But if you're strong enough, and it doesn't matter, you don't give a fuck, but I prefer somebody who has a little bit more meat on them, because I have a little bit more meat on me. I'm not a skinny girl. So it's just a preference that everybody has. So it's nothing wrong with anybody's skin color. If you're darker, if you're lighter, if you're whatever, it doesn't matter. It's a preference. So just like him, it was a preference of what kind of color that he likes. But what he said was offensive. So that was the point. So when I go home, certain places I don't have to deal with race and relationships, but I have to deal with on the West Coast. You have to deal with race in other ways, in your career, and well, pretty much in your career out here, because it's not a race thing. Well, I guess it is. I guess it is. It's like a nationality thing, but I guess it's a race thing. So out here in Nevada, the certain jobs, I'll say like hotel jobs, hotel and hospital or medical jobs, has a preference. They will, it's against the law, of course, to, not hire somebody because of their skin. But you do run into, what their preference may be of what they think is the best for their whatever. So in hospitals, the hotels out here, you will see more Filipino or like an Asian kind of, whatever, in the hospital for hospitality or whatever. And that's probably most places, probably in the world. But out here is evident. They hire specific group of people out here to work specific jobs out here, and Filipino, Asian, whatever, is the minority. Is that the right now? Is that the right word? Well, the big, I think that's the right word that I'm looking for. Maybe it's not. It's the biggest cultural whatever that they prefer to work in their casinos, because, and just like hospitals, Filipinos is like the top tier. I don't know why to think that, that they can do the job better than anybody. I don't know why, but okay, like black people can't clean rooms like as good as Filipinos. I don't know the reason, but it is. It's just like that in hospitals and nursing homes and everything as well. They have a preference to what they like, and it's just weird to me. Like, we went to school with the same people. We can do the same job as Filipinos and Asians and everybody else. So why are blacks at the bottom of the totem pole in these certain fields? But it's just something that we had to deal with. I have been working in home health for a very long time. I have to deal with race all the time. I mean, all the time when it comes to home health. I will walk into somebody's home. I have literally got turned around at the door one time. I'll knock at the door because I don't know if they talk but to the company about what race they want to come to their home. I walked to this one house one day. They opened the door and said, we don't need your services, and shut it in my face because I was African American. And I will go to some houses who would let me come for a certain amount of time and then be like, there's nothing wrong with her, but I would prefer somebody else. So I have to deal with it all the time when it comes to, my work, my field, and I've accepted that. Like, we don't do, we can do the same job. We're just wiping ass, or we're cleaning your, whatever it is. They just prefer a certain race to do it. And I've accepted that. So, anywho, the moral of the story is I wanted to make it as quick as possible and to get straight to the point. I don't have to deal with it again really much in relationships, again, because it's pretty much very common on the West Coast. But I do have to deal with race in other fashions in my life. But it was just something that you know what? This was good. I did have to deal with race one other time. I went to the Electric Daisy Carnival, right? This was years ago. And I went with two people. I went with my white friend April, and I went with, actually two. They both were white. America, that was her name, and my white friend April. I went to the Electric Daisy Carnival. And this is when I realized people and the audacity, okay? I know I'm off topic. I was talking about relationships, but since I'm talking about race, I'm just going to talk about it anyway. I'm having the time of my life. It's 3 of us. We all look cute as hell. We're walking hand in hand. This white boy tells America, you cute. You really cute. But that black girl is messing up y'all group because I was black. This white boy told her that. And she told my other friend April that, and she didn't know I heard it. I heard her say it. I was offended. But then it became even more obvious. With Electric Daisy Carnival that same day, it had got shut down because of the wind. And every single time, the white boys was willing to let us get in their car because we were trying to get back to our car. I think, did I drive or something? Our car, we were so far away from our car. And it was so much traffic we couldn't get to our car, so we needed to get somewhere. So these boys was willing to let them in their car until they saw me, a black girl, with them. And then they'd be like, that's okay. Like, I can't get in their car because I'm black? I was like appalled. I was like, for real? And then they were only giving them bottles. It's 3 of us. And they will only give them bottles of water. And like, I'm not there. Electric Daisy Carnival is racist as shit. All the people that come there, because it's not just people from Vegas, that's people all over the world that comes to Electric Daisy Carnival out here. But that shit was racist as shit. I'm not going to go back now because I'm just too old to deal with all that shit. But when I was in my party mind, I was like, really? People really act like that? They sure did. They was curving your girl big time. But we ended up getting in a car with this guy who didn't give a shit about that. And he let us in their car, and we just literally sat in their car for, I don't know, until literally the sun came up because we couldn't go anywhere. We were stuck in traffic. And then when we finally moved, they just took us to our car, and then, we ended up leaving. But it was just unbelievable how I kept constantly getting dissed at the EDC. Like, it was just so awful being being with me as a black girl. Like, it was just crazy to me how people was at the Electric Daisy Carnival. So I'm just saying, if you black and you going to the EDC out here in Las Vegas, just be aware that, the white people there is just some kind of rude, just some kind of racist. Okay? They're fucking racist. But anyway, I just completely went off topic. I started talking about relationships and ended talking about something completely different. But anywho, with that being said, I am going to end this video. But it was just a disclaimer. If someone says, if it even comes to your mind, men in the world, you see this video, do not say to a black woman, you're pretty to be black. Either say she's pretty, the end. Understand? Don't say because she's black. It comes out really racist. All right. So anyway, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And just for the record, I'm beautiful. I'm not pretty. Okay. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. I am going out this weekend with my girl Shatoria. We're going to get our veggie steam, and we might go to dinner or something. So I have that vlog coming as well. And then, what else I got going on? I got a few things going on this month, and I'm going to try to vlog it all. I go back to work March the 3rd, which I'm happy about. And, yeah, so that'll be, my February is going by pretty quick. And, yeah, that's all I really got to say. So like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my vlog that's coming up. Bye.